Hello, I hope you're well. I have decided, with the permission of my other half, I'm going to point out that I wanted to do a video based on a bit of honesty. And this is probably, I would say, probably one of the toughest videos that I'm going to be putting out there because this is about me personally. And there's a real reason why this toxic relationship course or breaking free from toxicity is really important. And to me specifically, because a lot of people aren't aware, there are a few that are, but a lot of people aren't aware that actually myself and my husband separated for a very short period of time. It was only a matter of a few days. However, we separated and it was divorce. It was done, done. And I was very blessed to have a husband who was extremely, what's the word, without getting upset. He was respectful, I think is the word that I'm going to use. He was deeply respectful, actually, and it was a side of him that I'd never seen. And that in itself sounds quite shocking, doesn't it, really? But the reason why I'm really passionate about this relationship course or this toxic relationship course is because over the past 10 years of working with clients, I've got a huge amount of knowledge and a huge amount of expertise working with people one to one, working with couples, working with individuals where I knew what would help other people. And internally, I would also be saying to myself, well, God, that's amazing, Lisa. It's a shame you can't put that into practice for yourself. And I think there's a lot of therapists that probably relate to that and will probably go, God, yeah, I do that on a regular, where I'm saying, oh, you need to do this and this would be amazing. And have you thought of this? And actually, it's things that practically we don't put into practice ourselves. And over a period of time, what happened, so myself and my husband, we've now been together 20 years. We've just celebrated our 18th wedding anniversary in July. And but I brought forward with me into our relationship things that I hadn't healed from my past. I am previously divorced, and that impacted me greatly because my ex-husband had an affair, and that impacted my self-esteem and how I viewed myself. The way that I will not go into huge detail about my childhood, but again, I brought things forward from my childhood, which impacted the way that I was then in my relationship with my husband. And I put everything at his door, and I didn't speak my truth. I was not honest. I was fearful, not of him ever, but I was fearful that if I set boundaries, if I said how I really felt, that that person would leave me. Because previously I had been silenced or I had been sort of made to feel that my voice was not valid. And so the idea and the prospect of doing that with somebody else meant that I stayed quiet. I became resentful. I, yeah. So that was how my relationship looked. It wasn't a, it was a good marriage, but the surface looked good. The actual underneath of who we were as people and the authentic versions of ourselves weren't present. And the catalyst was my children growing up, menopause, thinking, right, that's it. I now need to go off and live the life that I want to live, and this person is bringing me down. And so I decided, that's it, I'm done. And it was a huge, huge shock to my husband. And as I said, he was extremely, extremely respectful. And over a period of, it felt like a lifetime, but 4 days of having space, being able to process my own hurt and what I was bringing into the relationship, and having the opportunity to be able to process that with the skills that I have as a counsellor, I'm going to also add, and deciding together that we were just going to lay everything on the table and be truthful and brutally honest. And it was a case of being brutally honest was the turning point for us. And we decided that this was too good a relationship just to throw away because I didn't want to use my voice. The irony wasn't lost on me, by the way, as my husband pointed out, with that I am the one always banging on about communication and I wasn't doing it myself. So that was always quite comical. But where we are now is hugely, hugely a different place than where we've ever been. And I, for one, feel very blessed. And with that, without getting upset, that is the reason why I'm passionate about this course. The idea of people feeling lost in their relationships or not understanding their own path, their own attachment issues, how they deal with conflict, how they can't necessarily resolve things. This is about the individual, about giving you the voice, allowing you to know that it is possible, because it is possible, because we are proof of that. And like I said, this is done with the permission of my husband, because we had a little chat about, he said, if it helps one person, then amazing. Isn't that amazing? So, yes, I just wanted to put out this very honest post, and I will literally probably hit like distribute and then sit there hiding behind a cushion, because I know it impacts people.